trolls are supposed to be a scary bad word, but in this movie they're happy people.
Right.
So you've got to lead that by colors, objects, set scenes. How did you change a bad word into a good word visually?
Well, it definitely was a challenge to start with nothing other than this sort of ugly, cute doll. Like this, the only thing that people know about them is that they're kind of ugly and they're kind of cute. They look like babies and kind of old men all at once. So we had to find a way to contemporize the design to make them more appealing, because if you're going to sit through a 90-minute movie, you should be enjoying what you're seeing. So we made some updates, still making sure that the sort of iconic reference, which would be their hair, was kind of right at the center of the design. Poppy, for example, she's the heroine of the movie. We chose a very intense pink for her because we wanted her to be the most contrasted to Branch, Justin Timberlake's character, who's gray, which represents him being unhappy. We looked for opposites in shape language. We looked for opposites with color.
The phrase "a riot of color" does not even do the movie justice. There are so many bright pinks and greens, and it's hard orchestrating all that on because there are all these colors competing for the visual priority of the viewer. How do you sort that out?
Yeah, so that's something we definitely considered when we set out to design the film. We first compartmentalized the story into two environments. Troll Village, and they're eternally optimistic for people that haven't seen the movie. They're happy, they love to hug and sing and dance, and they're kind of the embodiment of happiness. And then the creatures that prey on those little happy guys are really unhappy, and they're the Bergens, and they're like human-sized to a troll doll. And so we wanted to treat those worlds completely different, not just from a color palette standpoint, but also from even a tactile quality. So when you see the movie Troll Village, because they're kind of hippies and they love each other, everything is sort of built out of a macramé or fiber texture, even down to the characters. They kind of look like flocked gummy bears. And the trolls themselves, the kind of inspirations are they're kind of Muppety, but because they embody so much happiness, we wanted them to feel like they weren't just all the brown, shiny troll dolls that we're familiar with, but we wanted to bring life into that and really represent happiness with color. The Bergens, on the other hand, were kind of
dark and menacing.
And because of the popularity of the doll was highest kind of in the 70s, we started looking for the Bergen town. We started looking at 1970s suburbia. And what was interesting about that interior design is it seemed like with the brutalist sculpture, all the avocado green shag carpet, and all the kind of rock formations that you see in interior design and architecture at that time, we really wanted to bring all those elements. Interestingly enough, it's almost like they were emulating nature. So it kind of felt like the perfect opposite to the trolls.